Netflix aggressively seeking to expand into gaming. To the surprise of a lot of people, it wasn't that shocking to me. Gaming is becoming the place for people to go, right?
Yes.
So, what are your thoughts on that? All right. And now here's the thing: when Google came out and did Stadia, you and I were like, "It's a great idea. It's too early. It's just too early." Right?
Yeah.
And that was proven. They were the first through the wall. They got bloody, then they went down. Obviously, Game Pass has changed that conversation heavily. Right? So is Netflix, this is my question to you, is Netflix coming in as the Apple here? Are they going to figure it out? They have plenty of people on their platform. Are they going to go slow and do it right? Or is this going to be a black eye on their face soon?
Yeah, I mean, I think that they might be the ones to figure it out, right? Again, we talked about this briefly a few days ago privately. Infrastructure is going to be a huge part of this. Can you get the internet service to the people who want to use it in order to play the games? Right. That was one of the killers for Stadia, is that a lot of parts of the world, a lot of the country, doesn't have the internet capabilities to support streaming games yet. If we can get the infrastructure there, and if Netflix is the one that puts the money behind it, or, because Google unfortunately didn't, even though they got it. If Amazon wants to do it, I don't want to privatize the internet, but at the same time, if that's what it takes to get the infrastructure up to speed, and if these companies want to put forward and be like, hey, maybe that's part of it. Maybe Netflix not only becomes a video game distributor, but like Time Warner or AT&T now, I should say, or Comcast, maybe they become an internet distributor as well to get the infrastructure up to specs. Because if you want to get video games into the home this way, because this is the future. We've talked about this ad nauseum, right? Like, whether it's through your television, whether it's through a box, however it's going to be, in this case through an app, this is the future. It's just a matter of the infrastructure catching up to what the needs are. Because as games get more and more complex, as games get bigger, as games get, they need more speed, they need more data coming down at a given time. And if you're stuck on, if your internet gets throttled at a certain point, and your game starts to lag, well, then this is never going to work, right? So we need to get to a point where the internet is as open as possible, and that the infrastructure is in place for everybody to enjoy it, not just those on the coasts, or specifically like the more urban city type areas. And we get it to everybody. I made the analogy a couple of days ago about 100 years ago. Electricity didn't really become a thing in this country until it reached Timbuktu, Oregon. But and then in the middle of nowhere in the woods, then that's when you had the electrical grid. That's when you had all this stuff. That's what it's going to be for the internet and for high-speed internet. Obviously the internet is everywhere, but I'm talking high-speed internet, fiber optics, all that stuff. That's what we need if we want this. But I'm thrilled with the idea of Netflix getting into the game because, again, we talk about this a lot. We don't think that there's going to be another console generation.